So first thing we're going to do is just check in with a bit of posture. So if you come up to the front of your mat, bring your feet together and lift your toes up and then spread them down again. All right, and so we've got a nice wide base into the floor. All right, and then you're going to make sure that you're nice and strong through those thighs, and then we're engaging through our muscle locks, which we've got through Mula Bandha, which is your root lock. Okay, so perineum squeeze, pelvic floor. And then your deep abdominals, transverse abs, which is this corset of muscles, deepest set of abdominals. So we're connecting with that by drawing in and up through your center, below your belly button, and just engaging there. So bracing your center through the practice. Shoulders back and down, turn the palms open and open the chest and keep the neck nice and long. Okay, and then bring your hands up to prayer. If you want, closing the eyes, and then we're going to take some ujjayi breath. So we're breathing in through the nose and sounding the breath in the back of the throat. So we're breathing through the nose and keeping the mouth closed. Okay, so with the moon sequence, we actually start kneeling. So I'm going to start as standing and take us to the floor. Inhale, reach up. And exhale, fold. Inhale, lift the chest. Flatten the hands, step back. One foot, and then the other. We'll come to down dog. Roll the belly in. Take some breath. Come down to your knees and stretch back to child's posture. Rise up onto the knees and inhale, reach your hands up. Come back down to hands under shoulders, knees under hips. Inhale, look up, send your tailbone away. Exhale, take it into a cat stretch. Reach your hands forwards, stretch back into child's posture. Come back up and take your hands to your hips. Push your hips forwards, open the chest, take the head back, the little back bend, breathe. Come back down. Take your hands forwards, tuck your toes, lift your hips and into down dog. All of this with the breath. Come back down to your knees, stretch back to child's posture. Come up to high kneeling, inhale, reach up. Bring the hands back, directly under the shoulders. Inhale, look up, lift the chest, arch the spine. Exhale into your cat. Come back to neutral spine, stretch back into child's posture. Rise up onto high heel, try high knees. Take your hands to your hips, push the hips forwards. Draw the chest open. Breathe. And then come back. Take the hands forwards, tuck the toes, lift the hips into down dog. Roll the abdominals in. Push the floor away. Open up through your shoulders. And then come back down to those knees and stretch back, child's posture. Come up to high kneeling. Inhale, reach up. And come back down. Take the hands directly under the shoulders, knees under the hips. Look up, inhale, send your tailbone away. Exhale, come to cat. Inhale, look up. Stretch back into child's posture. Come back up to high kneeling. Take your hands to your hips and push the hips forwards. And then come back down into child's posture. Come back up, high kneeling, reach the arms up. Come back down. Hands under shoulders, knees under hips. Look up, inhale, lift the chest, arms the spine. Exhale into cat. Come back to neutral spine. Reach up to high kneeling. Inhale. Come back. Take your right leg forwards. And then send that left side down and into the floor. Feel that stretch into the hip flexors. Reach the arms up. Breathe. Coming back. Take your hands forwards on the mat. Tuck your toes. Lift up to down dog. On the belly in. Take some breath. Come back down to those knees. High kneeling. Stay with your breath. Just keep breathing. Don't worry about which breath should be going which way. Send the right knee back. And feel the stretch down that right side into hip flexors. Reach up with the arms. Breathe. Coming back with those hands. Tuck the toes, lift the hips, draw the belly in, come to down dog. Open up the shoulders. Come back down to your knees. Come to high kneeling. Take your hands to your hips and push the hips forwards. And into your camel posture. Breathe. And then come back. And stretch back, child's posture. Come up to high kneeling, inhale. And then come back down. Hands under shoulders, knees under hips. Inhale, look up. Send the tailbone away. Exhale to cat. And then release. Take the hands forwards, tuck the toes, come to down dog. Take some breath, come back down to your knees. Stretch back, child's posture. Come up to high kneeling. Stay with your breath, right leg goes forwards. Send the left knee back. Reach up. This time a little bit more. Sink down. Reach back. Open up. Breathe. Bring the hands down. Take the knee back. Tuck the toes. Lift up to down dog. Feet at hip distance. Hands at shoulder distance. Keep sounding the breath in the back of your throat. Come back down. Stretch into child's posture. Come back up to high kneeling. Step your left foot forwards. Send the right knee away. Reach up with those arms. Stay with your breath. This time a little bit more back bend. Come back with those hands. And tuck the toes, lift up. High heel down dog, and then stretch the heels down. Draw the belly and lift the hips high. Open the shoulders. Come back down to your knees. Hands under shoulders, knees under hips. Inhale, look up, chest lift. Exhale into cat. And then come up to a high kneeling. Take the hands behind the hips and push forwards into your back bend. Camel posture. And take the hands forwards, tuck the toes, come to down dog. Take some breath there. Keep breathing. From here, we're going to lift your right leg up. Stretch it up nice and high. And then you're going to try to sink your left heel down. And then we turn the right foot side on. And we bend the right knee and lift the knee up to the ceiling. And then come back into down dog. We'll take the left leg up. Stretch it up nice and high. And then work the right heel down. Turn the left foot side on. Open up. Then bend the left knee. Lift the knee nice and high. Bending that left knee. Stay with your breath. And then come back down dog. Take some breath. Breathe. So we're going to pivot your left foot and we're going to step your right foot long. And we're going to come up. Okay, so we're coming up. And we're taking the right hand down that right leg. And the left hand's initially on the hip and then we reach it up into a triangular posture. And breathe. So you stay with that breath. And then we bend that right knee, keep the left hand up. And if you can go further than the hand down your foot, then you take it inside of your foot and you reach up. Stay with your breath. Bring in both hands down, either side of your right foot. Come to a high heel down dog. Breathe, draw the belly in, and then stretch the heels down. Open the shoulders. And sound the breath in the back of your throat. Now we're going to pivot your right foot and we're going to step your left foot in between your hands or up towards your hands and then come up straight leg. And then we're going to take the left hand down the leg into your triangle and reach up. Stay with that breath. Keep your bandhas on. Breathe into your ribs. Stretch to the ceiling. Breathe. Now we bend the left knee. The left hand can stay down, the right hand stays up. Or deeper, take the left hand down inside of the left foot. And breathe. And then bring those hands down. And then we're going to go to high heel down dog. Draw the belly in, lift the hips high, open the shoulders. And then into your down dog. So again, we pivot the left foot and we step the right. Okay, but this time make sure that there is a line running down between your feet. And we come up. We take the hand down the leg and we keep it down the leg. We twist to the right. So the left hand's down the right leg. Reach up. So you keep your left hand on your leg and you rotate and you breathe. And now we take the left hand inside of the left foot and we bend the knee and we bring the left heel up and we twist and we breathe. So we stretch the left leg away, the left heel is up, bend the right knee, the knee is above the ankle, the left hand's on the floor. Stay with your breath. Take the hands down Come to your high heel down dog, pelvic floor, deep abdominals, or mula bandha, root lock, and then take your heels down. Lengthen out through the spine. Breathe into your ribs and sound the breath in the back of your throat. Pivot your right foot. Now, as you step your left foot, make sure that there's this line that runs down between those feet. Okay? Come up. Then take your right hand down this left leg, twist to your left, and then reach up with the left hand. Maybe the right hand will track further down to your foot. Breathe. Now we take the right hand inside of the left leg and we bend the left knee and we pivot the right foot so the heel comes up, and we maybe shuffle a bit further forwards, but we keep that left hand up and we breathe. Keep sounding the breath in the back of your throat. And then we bring both hands down, either side of your left foot. Come back to high heel down dog. Mula bandha's on, Uddiyana bandha's on, and then we sink the heels down. So breathe, sounding that breath in the back of your throat. So once again, pivot your left foot, step your right. Straight leg. And we'll keep the legs straight and we keep the hands down. So that, can the hands get to the floor? If not, they're going to be on your right leg. Draw the chest down. Breathe. Work the hands as far forwards as you can. Come up. Keep that leg straight, both legs straight. Interlace the fingers behind the back. Okay, square up through your hips and your shoulders. Look up, inhale, and fold down. Draw the chest down. Reach those arms away. Tuck the head in. Keep strong in those thighs. Breathe. Come up. Bend the front knee. Take the hands down. Come to high heel down dog. Mula bandha's on, Uddiyana bandha's on. Feet hip distance, hands shoulder distance, then heels down. And lengthen out. You're going to pivot your right foot and step your left foot. Okay, keep the hands down on the floor if you can, otherwise down your leg. Draw the nose towards your toes. Square up through the hips. And lengthen out. Breathe. Coming up. Interlace the fingers behind the back. Open the chest, look up, inhale, draw the belly in, fold down. And stretch. Open the chest, shoulders, feel the stretch, deep stretch into those hamstring attachments. Working the nose to the toes. Breathe. Sound that breath in the back of your throat. Obviously bending knees where you need. Keep working to deepen and open. Bend that front leg, hands down, tuck the toes and into high heel down dog. Hips high, belly strong, root lock on. And then come down into your down dog. And breathe. So this time, stepping up with your right hand, nice and low. Keep the left heel up. And come up with the hands on the hips. Feel that stretch into your left leg. Okay, you take your hands up and breathe. Just look forwards. Or if you prefer, you can look up. Remember that back heel is up. And then bring those hands down. Come to your high heel down dog. And then sink those heels down. Spread the fingers wide, open the shoulders, roll the shoulders from your ears. Sound the breath in the back of your throat. Now, step your left foot forwards and have your right heel up. So nice and low. Bring the hands to the hips. Square up. Breathe. Bring those hands up. Look forwards or down or up. Keep stretching away with your right leg. Stay with your breath. Maintain that engagement through bandhas. Bring those hands down. And come back to high heel down dog. Take some breath there. And then sink the heels down and work your way into your down dog. Breathing all the way. So from here, we're going to step up and then we're going to sit down on the floor. We're going to cross those legs and we're going to reach forwards with the hands and take some breath. And then you're going to roll over those feet, step back, come down to a low plank exhale, inhale up, dog back bending, and into down dog. So a little vinyasa here, so we can step or jump, feet to the hands, and sit down on the floor. Sit tall in Dandasana. Reach your arms up. Lift your chest. Pull your abdominals in. Lift your lower back. And reach forwards. As low down as you can. Draw the chest down. And then come to sitting tall. Take some breath in Dandasana. Just make sure you've got some room behind you. Good to lie back. Reach the legs up. And then from here, we're going to take hold of the calves. And we're going to try to keep the hips down as much as we can. We're going to try to draw the legs as straight as we can, right back. Okay, you can either reach for your calves, back to the legs, feet, pulling, trying to keep the hips down, feeling that deep stretch into your back and into your hamstrings. And then we're going to bring the feet back and we're going to tuck those heels in. And then we're going to peel up to a back bend, either holding onto your ankles or interlacing your fingers. Squeeze through the inner thighs. Lift the chest, lift the hips, and then come down and hug your knees in. Come up, cross the legs, roll over your feet, step back for a vinyasa. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Stepping or jumping, feet to your hands. Sit down on the floor. Stretching your left leg long. And taking your right foot in. Take the hands behind. Stretch a little bit longer. Make sure the knee feels good with us. Taking your right hand, inhale it, reach it up and wrap it around your back. Take hold of that hand, that wrist with your left hand. Draw the right hand round as far as you can, and then try with reaching for a bit of clothing with your right hand. Take your left hand, reach down your leg or your foot, and then twist to the right. Breathe. Now, if you can, your first two fingers wrapped around your left big toe. Otherwise, just keep holding onto your shin or your ankle. Drop your left elbow down inside of your left knee and reach up and over with your right arm. So lift, don't drop down just to get your hand down. Keep reaching, breathing, and then release. Straighten those legs. Sitting in Dandasana. And then take the legs up, straight up. And then reach for down those calves. And then draw the legs and the thighs into the chest and the legs as long as you can, trying to keep the hips down as much as you can. Keep it hold of those ankles if you can, and then tucking in, bring the feet to the floor, peel up, lift the hips, squeeze through the inner thighs and open the chest, and breathe. Into your back bend here, your upward bow, interlace fingers if that's too much. Squeeze the inner thighs, lift the hips, open up through the front of the body. Come back down, hug your knees in, cross the legs, roll over those feet. High plank down to low, exhale. Inhale to your up dog, back bending, and then into down dog. So with your breath, step or jump. Sit down on the floor. Right leg goes long this time. And left foot comes in. Take the hands and just stretch a little bit further. Take your left hand up, wrap it around. Reach it round and see if you can get hold of a bit of clothing with this left hand and reach your right hand down your leg or your foot and twist to your left. Draw the chest open. Use the binds that you've got. Press the foot into the hand, hand into foot or leg to open up and twist. Maybe if you can, first two fingers of the right hand round the right big toe. Drop the elbow down, reach the left hand up and over. Lift the ribs and stay with your breath. So try to keep lifting up on that left side. Dropping the right elbow down inside of the right leg. Maybe you can reach for your foot and then release. Sitting tall in Dandasana. Take those legs up and over. Reach for the back of the legs, drawing the thighs into the body. Trying to keep the hips down, feeling that stretch into your lower back and into your hamstrings. Breathe. Then bring the heels in and tuck. Lift the hips. And up into your upward bow. Feet parallel, hip distance. Hips lifting, chest lifting, knees, thighs, inner thighs squeezing. Breathe. Come back down. Cross those legs. And then from here, roll over those feet again. Come down to low plank, exhale. Inhale up, dog back bending. And exhale to down. Stepping or jumping. Okay, so now we're going to stretch those legs out nice and wide. So as wide as you can. And push the heels away and draw the toes towards as you take your hands down in front of you. And you breathe. Drawing the chest down. Staying with your breath. And then walking your hands over to your right leg, either side. Push the heel away, draw the toes towards and stretch down. Stay with your breath. And then to the other side. Legs as wide as you can. Toes towards, heels away. Hands either side of your left leg. Come back to the center. Reach for your feet with your hands if you can. Draw your chest down. Coming up, reach the hands up. Sit tall. Breathe. Can you sweep your hands behind and take them to inverted prayer up the back? If not, take the fingertips to your elbows. Sit tall and breathe. Roll the thighs out. Draw the belly in. Take some breath. And release. Bring those feet back. Roll over, take the legs directly above the head. Take some breath, push the heels away, and reach up through the backs of the legs, and then draw the legs over. Trying to keep the hips down. Stay with your breath. Feeling that stretch, lumbar, spine, hamstrings. And then let's tuck those heels in. And peel up. And lift the hips. Come up to your back bend, your upward bow. Keep the hips lifted. Stay with your breath. Breathing, strong in the inner thighs. Sounding the breath in the back of your throat. Coming up. And then rolling over those feet. High plank to low. Inhale, up dog. And exhale down. And take some breath in your down dog. Staying in your down dog. From here, we're going to lift this right leg up. And then we're going to bring the knee through and we're going to get ready for pigeon. So we're bringing the knee through towards the right hand, stepping the right foot out towards the left hand. Okay, and then sinking down. Now, the back foot can be ball of the foot or top of the foot. Lift the chest. And then fold down. Listen to your body. So, we're going to take your right arm underneath. We're going to bend that elbow and place palm on palm, if we can. If not, stretch the right arm out and the left arm forward. Keep squaring up through the hips. Breathe it. Keep that left leg long, change sides with the arms. So stretch the left arm through, right arm forwards. And if you can, bend the elbows. Look up to your right elbow. Keep stretching away with your left leg. Keep that active. Breathe. Come back to your pigeon. And then come up to down dog. Draw the belly in. Take your left leg up. Bring your left knee through. Step. And then come down. Reaching away with that right leg. And breathe. Lift the chest. Send the right foot away, either ball of the foot or top of the foot, whatever works for you. And fold if you can. And breathe. So we'll take the left arm under. And if you can, bend the elbow and take the right hand on top of the left. Look up to your right elbow. Keep stretching away with your right leg. And breathe. If not, left arm's out, right arm's forwards. Keep breathing. I'm going to change sides. We're going to take the right arm through. This is the deeper stretch now. Okay, right arm through as far as you can. And left hand on top of right if you can. And reach away. Keep reaching away with the right leg. Keep breathing. Sounding the breath in the back of your throat. And then come back. Lift the chest. And then into down dog. And from here, stepping or jumping, feet to hands. And then from here, just roll over your feet. And come to a kneeling position. Now, you may want to take something underneath the knees here. Okay, we're going to have a go at, haven't done this in a while, since my knees have gone. All right, so hero posture. We're trying to get the heels to come to the outside of the hips here. Okay, so this might be enough. If you can feel you can do more, you can start to lean back. So maybe hands back, maybe that's enough. Keeping the hips pushing forwards. If you go more, you're going to come down to your elbows. Use Bella, going out for a walk. And if we can do more, you stretch back. And breathe. Keep your core engaged. And then come up. That's enough for me. Maybe you could hold it a bit longer. It's the first time I've managed to do that since being told I've got no cartilage in my right knee. So I'm feeling quite proud of that. I'm sure the surgeon will be going, what are you doing? Looking up, inhale. And exhale to cat. Breathe. Inhale, look up. Tailbone away. Exhale to cat. Take the hands forwards, tuck the toes, lift up, down dog. Breathe. Push the floor away, lengthen the spine. Come back down. Come to your heels. Sit tall, breathe. And then come up to a high kneeling position. Take your hands behind. And setting up for a little back bend here. Push the hips forwards. Open up the chest. And breathe. Only go as far as feels good for you. Come back. Stretch back into child's posture. Send the hips back. Come back up to your high kneeling. Knees under hips. Push the hips forward. Or a little wider with the knees if you prefer. So, either staying with this one or reach for your heel. And if you can do the other one, reach for your other heel. Push the hips forwards. Open the chest, take the head back. Keep strong in your core. And breathe. And release. And then come down child's posture. I'll just let that out. And then come back up. So we're going to do one more. We'll try to progress that again. So, push the hips forwards. Take your left hand to your left heel. Reach your right hand. Only do as much as feels good for you. Come up. Stretch back, child's posture. Take some breath. Roll up. Last back bend. Hips pushing forwards. Open the chest. Take the right hand to the right heel. Take the left arm up and over. Breathe. Push the hips forwards. Strong in your core. And then release. Come back. child's posture. Breathe. Step back, high plank, come to low, exhale. Inhale to up dog, exhale to down. Step or jump. Come down to the floor. Now bring your heels together, okay? Just let your knees drop out. Make sure that's comfortable. If you're not liking that, then just stretch the legs out long. So now I want you to just lose that ujjayi breath. And then when you're ready, just let the legs, you can either stay as you are, if that feels good, or just then release completely into Shavasana. And if you just take your hands and just place them on your belly, and then you're just going to follow the rise and fall of your belly. Or if you don't like that, just have the hands out. So no longer bandhas, so releasing those. And no longer ujjayi breath. Just following the rise and fall of the belly. And when you're ready, release the hands. Take the head side to side. Release your neck. And then walk your feet up. And hug your knees in. And imprint the spine and roll to your right. And then when you're ready, roll it up. Okay. We're going to finish there. Namaste. So a little bit.